what's that, right? Oh, you can imagine, I had them stitches. I went, and how about this, look, and I pulled out, and the one that I see in the brand new box, right? And I pulled out the box, and look, and how about this? Well, this was this box, fucking cool.
Hey everyone! Okay, so not much has been going on, and then all of a sudden I just heard like, oh goodness me, sorry, what is going on with my hair? So not much was going on, and then all of a sudden I started hearing like kind of like clacking, and then it turns out that people in the hotel are seemingly throwing stones out of the windows. The police, 2 officers have just gone into the hotel, I'm assuming to go and find out who was throwing the stones. But yeah, so oh, that was another stone. So I can't actually see the stones. It's a bit dark, but which window? Yep, they're throwing stones. Which one, on this side or that side?
It's probably standing somewhere over there and lobbing over from here. Where's he going, eh?
Danger money. Danger money.
Yeah. Right, my dog works in insurance.
So yeah, they're throwing stones.
Straight in the pocket here.
Can't quite tell which window it's out of.
Just talk to you, that
You get more things are, but you have in the country, you know, they let things out the window.
Okay, the officers are coming back out, but the last stone was only thrown like less than a minute ago, so
coming out. Don't worry about that.
they can't have done anything, surely.
But how can they not be thrown?
The security guards are doctors and Dean, you have to understand. These are doctors and engineers.
The windows are open. How can they not be thrown from windows just open?
They've got home office requirements.
And they've got cameras at the top as well. It won't be.
Well, there have been previous reports of people being
so
windows.
there's been issues with the social housing. Again, but that never came from here. It came from the sidelines.
So are we supposed to suspect that the security guards are mathematicians and they can triangulate whether it's possible or not to chuck stones from the angle by which these people are?
And they were saying,
I'm not going to answer that question.
Why? Because you're using that as
I'll give you a
evidence.
simple answer and you're complicating it for yourself.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Well, actually, I'm sort of doing your job in trying to
No, you're not.
determine whether someone in what they
You're just
say is...
instigating the matter, making it worse than it
Well,
is.
by
I'm
saying
trying
that
to
maybe
explain-
someone's
I'm trying to
statement might not be
explain to you.
reliable towards the
If
outcome
you
of
stop
the
talking other
investigation.
things,
It's also a bit.
I'm trying to explain to you that that's not the case. I'm not comfortable.
That's a proof.
Yeah,
it's
the
a
Jew
proven
line.
fact.
Okay, well,
By the Metropolitan Police, proven.
What was proven?
I can't speak to that.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And I do know
Yeah,
that
yeah,
is true
yeah,
in
yeah,
terms
yeah.
of the window things, because there are other hotels I've been into, and that is true. I know that's true. Stop
But,
jumping out.
and it's also true that these security guards are proven to be liars.
proper
So
woke,
can you not
police
investigate it
Proper
properly?
lefty, woke police officer.
Don't join me. Fuck ya.
Don't worry, the security guards are doctors and engineers. They perfectly know what is possible and impossible at that angle.
So basically, guys, the police.
No, the officers really don't like me.
Okay, so it seems that the police have done nothing about the stones. Because something about the windows don't open, so they don't think that they would be able to throw the stones, or they wouldn't be able to throw. Hey, yeah, you alright? How you doing?
Good, thank you. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. Cold. But yeah, regardless, I mean, people have literally been. I just heard stones myself or something hitting the floor or the walls. I can't really quite tell, but I mean, it's ridiculous. Yeah, someone said that there was a van here. Someone said that there was have been other instances of cars being hit. Oh! A crash was just nearly caused by the police just wandering into the road. It was literally just an accident nearly caused by the police wandering into the road. Could not be any more ironic. State of law enforcement.
Oh, real? Like, what are you, like, collecting food? Yeah, man. Put it in a museum.
Oh, you got one?
I'm telling you now, right? The whole argument that the reason why these countries are backwards is because of the West is nonsense. Because when they come here, they're still using stones. They're still using the spears and stones that their backwards countries still use. And they wonder why, oh, it's definitely not the culture and religions that these people live in that prevent them from developing like here in the West. And we're importing this tribal nonsense.
Well, so far it's got three. One at the back.
Okay, now that things have calmed down a little bit, seemingly. So for anyone who's just joined, we are outside the Britannia Hotel in Canary Wharf. And I got here at 6 o'clock, so I've been here for a little while. And it's been fairly quiet. Most of the crowd has consisted of streamers so far. And then obviously all of a sudden we had the stones being thrown from the building. And also it's rumoured, I don't know how true it is, but it's rumoured that there's going to be a bus or a coach that's showing up this evening. I don't know what time. So I'm basically just going to hang around, see what's going on. As I said, regarding to the stones being thrown, 2 officers went into the hotel, came out fairly quickly. Literally, they walked out the door 30 seconds after another stone was thrown, so they can't have done anything. And I reckon they just went in and spoke to the hotel manager or whoever's managing the building right now, because they came out and essentially said that there's no way that they could have thrown the stones, and if they did, they couldn't have thrown them that far because the windows don't open fully or something like that. But there are some people saying that it could have been thrown from the roof. There are some people saying that it's coming somewhere from the left. It's a bit unclear. Pardon? It's an asylum hotel, and then there are regular protests that go on here. And then we've just had, allegedly, we've just had stones being thrown from the building. So, yeah. Yeah, it's the situation's kind of still unclear as to like where the stones are coming from, but there was things being thrown from somewhere. But, I didn't get it on my camera, but I think other people did. Yeah. Have a good night. So, yeah, I think AY is following the coaches. It was AY that I heard it from, that there was possibly going to be a bus tonight. There were more people here earlier on in the evening, but people started to leave. I'd say about half an hour ago people started to leave, so it might not be a long one tonight. You know, nothing might happen, but if it picks up, then obviously I'll stay live. Also, sorry I've been slightly quiet in terms of streaming. I've basically just been doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes at the moment, last few days, trying to figure out how to, get the channel up to the next stage. I've also been considering, because things like with digital ID, online harms bill, because of digital ID upcoming, which I do not plan to comply to, which obviously is not going to be fun or convenient, and also because of the online harms bill, I'm thinking of starting some form of written word outlet, whether it be a magazine or some kind of amateur newspaper, or just any kind of physical form of a mailing list. So if anyone would be interested in something like that, because obviously written word, it's not restricted by the online harms bill, so I can speak more freely. So if you guys could just let me know if that's something that anyone would be interested in, then yeah, that'd be great, because that's something that I'm thinking of doing, because everything's getting so restrictive now, and even the things that you think, like, oh, maybe I'll get away with this, and then all of a sudden you see that someone's been arrested for saying something far milder. So you just never really know. Every time you post something, type something, you kind of worry, like, is this going to be my last post? So yeah, that is the plan, hopefully. But yeah, obviously, the more people who are interested in it, the more chance that it will have success. So yeah, let me know in the chat. And yeah, also, again, sorry, I've kind of been quiet on the streaming the last few days. I've also been trying to figure out if it's going to be feasible for me to get a permanent studio, which would be absolutely fantastic. So yeah, just a few things in the works behind the scenes that hopefully He Speaks Freely will be going to the next level soon.
For more ideological reasons, the Conservatives, because of well-established and not confidence over most likely going to win. It's my problem now. Reform, given their track record of betting, will never let the hardest candidate. The Conservatives, I imagine, have the same issue.
There's really not that many people here. There's more streamers than actual protesters, to be honest.
Hey, I am a protester, just with a gimbal and a camera. I support the cause. I'm going to take the news journalist.
We are streaming. Yeah, there is. Hey Louis, you alright?
Yeah,
Louis Errington.
Yeah.
Go and check out his channel.
In London, and we got the flash protest here, which is organised quite last minute. Still, a number of people have actually turned up to voice their concerns about what's happening with the UK government allowing illegal immigrants being housed in hotels up and down the country. So that's a brief summary on what's happening today. Just a last minute midweek protest. Thank you once again. So I'm Louis Errington, and yeah, if anyone could put the link in the live chat, that would be appreciated. And we also have Emma here. Emma speaks
Hi,
freely
Louis stream.
on
He Speaks
YouTube.
Freely on YouTube, X, Instagram, TikTok, although I'm mainly on X and YouTube.
Okay. Thank you for that.
See you, Louis.
See you.
Make sure you go and give Louis a follow, guys. He streams for ages. Last time I saw him was at a pro-Palestinian march, and when I bumped into him, he had been streaming for 6 hours straight. That was something else being thrown. It's quite close, actually.
Right. Let's come out the window of the Britannia Hotel. See that? Just throw it out the window. Done.
Where did it come from?
No, let's no the.
You want to film where we're from?
Well, it's smashed apart on the ground. If that lands on someone's head. Okay, so there was another stone being thrown. It literally smashed apart on the ground, right in front of me. I couldn't really see it until it smashed apart, really. But yeah, I mean, if that landed on someone's head, bloody hell. And yet the police just have no interest. None.
Yes.
They might be finding out.
I would say about conspiracy theories is that whether they're true or not, they don't really play into what I think about it. I mean, yes, you could argue there are some great side developers that fund and give certain interests to politicians, but why don't I have if you don't think for a war about these things? I'd rather work with change it.
Sorry guys, I'm just really trying to see where these stones are coming from. It seems like every time I look away another one is thrown.
How old you need to be 18,
Was du bist in Wille gucken? Na.
Yeah, I wish I had a pair of binoculars. But then the police would probably arrest me for spying, instead of the person throwing the stones. I think the only people with a drone here would be the police.
Seemingly it coming from the floor, flagpole. Seemingly.
We didn't get cold.
Of course, we all know who he is, but
And the days on your record, alright. It's in the system. It's in the system.
oh, it's on you earlier.
We decided to come there, we decided to come there. Have a look.
Wow.
That's how that cop
Nothing was really going on until all of a sudden there were stones being thrown. You can't really tell where they're coming from.
What is that? What is that? Is that salt? Folks, I'm out. Fucking tea. Do you need to? The crowds are getting small, man. No, listen.
God, my neck is killing me from looking up, but I just don't want to look away. It's sod's law that that's when another one will be thrown.
sweet 60s.
So it doesn't really seem like anything is going on. Stones being thrown here and there. Really doesn't look like anything's going to be done about it. Police definitely aren't going to do anything about it. So, how's everyone in the chat while we're passing time? See what people are talking about. Why they walled in? Why they wall to wall security doesn't make sense. Well, a lot of the security seem to be, I don't know, just very, very purposefully uncooperative.
Where's your speaking spell when your dustbin there? Can I have a photo with ET? Can I have a photo with ET? Is that a video or photo?
Well, you don't see that every Thursday night. E.T.
He's gone, isn't he?
You're looking at it from this angle, it just really looks like a prison, to be honest.
Gary Thompson, that's it.
Married well.
I'm still not seeing anyone.
I'm talking about money. Well, you know. They don't have to. Don't make the car.
If you look for Saturday, if United protest, remember in fall, the Docklands, a big black weird looking building, Silvertown. It's on the 25th this month, about 12:30. You can check it out if you want to check it. If you want to Google it, it's just put anti-knife demo, and you'll get all the details. And it's Kemal Chumchi Way. 12:30. Like something a bit different, isn't it? You know, and it's all the kids that ran it, you know, Dive Knife Crime in London, all that sort of stuff. And there's a few like old school gangsters, you know, I think it's Chris Lambriano, one of the old gangsters is talking, a few of the younger lot. I mean, it's it's supposed to be and they're going to take it right to his door.
Oh wow, okay.
That's something a bit different for you, isn't it? You know what I mean? I'm just trying to find other things.
Found it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find other things as well as, you know, just to on a bit more positive note, if it can be.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's good.
I'm just going to rock up. I haven't spoken to anybody about it. Sometimes I heard someone said he could get a bit. Yeah, he surprised me, but unfortunately, the state the way things are.
Wow. Yeah. Our first super chat of the stream. Thank you so much. Is it Ty Beth of Borg? Interesting username. Thank you. It's probably not going to be a very long one tonight, guys. It's doesn't seem like very much is happening. Obviously, we've had the stones being thrown, but no one can really tell where it's actually coming from, and the police aren't doing anything. So nothing. I feel like that's really not going to amount to much. The only thing that was really of like real significance, I think, going on tonight was there was rumoured that there was going to be a bus or a coach coming in. But I mean, that could be any point during the night. That could literally be going on until the early hours in the morning. That's when they usually do it. Oh, the chat's not working for me again. 1 second, let me open it up on a different phone.
He had one great uncle was in the Zoom with Wharf. One of Victoria Cross. And he had the Victoria Cross and his wife. So no one knows what that's called. He was 2 grand in the safe that he's left. What about the other woman?
See you later.
What about the other woman? He didn't have it. And then when I went like this, oh, well, so we had, back in the day when you all had the top motors, the Audi 5, Chucky had a good job, didn't he? Yeah, Chucky had the...
okay, right, guys, I've got the chat back up on a different phone. Let me just go and see if there's somewhere to sit around here, or if they still cornered it all off. No, it's still all cornered off. Let me just go and sit on the step for a minute. Oh, right. Let's sit you guys down. Gosh, my fingers are numb. Wrong way. Hello, everyone. Okay, right. I can see the chat now. Sorry about that. I don't know why the live stream does that sometimes. It's just for some reason when I'm streaming, the chat will be coming in completely fine, and then all of a sudden I'll lose it, and it will just completely freeze. Did they move them into an HMO? So last time I was here, there was a big coach that could seat about 50. Sorry, guys. Sorry. So last time I was here, when I got here, there was a big coach already pulling out, and it could seat about 50, and then about 50, I think it was about 14 to 17. People counted different numbers. I counted 14. Someone said 17. Someone said 13. But they all came out, and they got onto the coach, and then they drove off. And then there was another coach that came later that night after everyone had left. So there are people in the hotel again, but it's believed, obviously we don't know because they won't tell us, but it's believed that the ones that did leave were taken and redistributed into HMOs as part of Operation Scatter. Essentially, obviously, the government's so-called solution to the asylum hotel protests, which is just to scatter them into kind of like temporary housing all over the country. Just catching up with the chat. I know, I don't know why the chat keeps freezing. I'm really sorry, guys. And the worst part is like, I don't know if it's frozen or if it's just my signal. Yeah, AY said that he's going to be following the buses or the coaches. So I know that you guys can be keeping up to date with that on AY's channel. Obviously, unfortunately, I can't drive yet, so I can't follow the coaches. So yeah, as I said, it's probably not going to be a very long stream tonight, guys. Not much is happening other than we had stones being thrown, and like I said, no one can really tell where that's coming from. And yeah, the police went in. They were in there for less than like 5 minutes, and a stone was thrown about 30 seconds before the police came back out of the building, so they can't have done anything. They can't have spoke to them. And then they came down and said something about they couldn't be doing that because of the windows, something about, you know, hotel standard windows, they don't open enough for them to be able to they don't open enough for them to be able to like reach out far enough to throw the stones, or to throw them that far as far as they were being thrown. So yeah, I'm not really sure what was going on there. Nothing was really resolved, and as I said, we can't really tell where the stones are coming from. So yeah, it's a bit of a what was that? No, it was just a noise, sorry. I thought that was another stone. It's not. Just having another look at the chat. Okay. Back is feeling a little bit better now, so let's go back over. I do want to keep an eye out for more stones being thrown, because it is a bit it's dangerous, obviously. Did you see any of the stones being thrown?
I didn't see the stones being thrown, no. I didn't see them at all. I wished I did, unfortunately I never saw.
What's your name? What's your YouTube?
He speaks freely.
Oh wow, well done.
Thank you. Did anyone like hear or see where the stones were being thrown, or hear what the officer said?
I don't know what the officer said, but they were coming from the right-hand side up there.
The right-hand side, and they were definitely coming from like one of the windows.
The police said it weren't a hotel, but we reckon it is.
Well, the one landed like literally.
We had it before. The block over there was trucking eggs at us and all sorts.
Yeah, I heard about that.
That was when we were over that side. They were trucking loads of stuff at us.
You got a battery pack on it? No. Bob, did you see any of the stones being thrown?
Yeah, it was definitely there. Look, here's the thing. If he's trying to argue that the window is over there, you can't physically throw the stones, and he's trying to accuse the other tower blocks as being the ones to throw them. So he's trying to argue, firstly, he's going to take what the security guard says at their word, even though they're found to lie and exaggerate facts and figures to the benefit of the hotel. Secondly, I don't think these security guards aren't mathematicians. They certainly don't know what is physically possible mathematically. And thirdly, equally so, it could be said that it's more difficult to throw it from there than to there. But yeah, like, there's a reason why I don't think Western intervention or wealth inequality is the reason why a lot of these countries are backwards. It's just the people that live there, the cultures that they live in. They're literally they're leaving countries where they use stones and coming here and using the exact same thing. If I don't think that's a degree of ironic political commentary, I don't know what is.
Thank you.
Someone on the leg over there because it's happening.
It's the same with us. In terms of the housing, they go straight in as well.
Would you mind telling everyone why you came out today?
There we go, there's another one.
Support to keep the women and children safe at the end of the day. And I'm a veteran, and these shouldn't be, this hotel should be for veterans and the homeless, really.
Yeah.
They fought for this country. They should really be in here. I'm a veteran myself. I'm lucky I got a place, but some people haven't. I've seen them out on the streets as well. In Waterloo, Kensington, all over. I've seen them all over the barrels on the floor. And it's wrong. And the government don't do nothing. They're not doing nothing. And to have these in here, it'd be different if they, I'm a migrant, but it'd be different if they come in through the front door the proper way. And if it was women and children in here, then it'd be different, you know what I mean? But when you've got men of 20 and 30, and they're coming over through the side door, and it's wrong at the end of the day. If they come through the proper door, there'd be no problems. But if they're not coming through the back door, and as I say, it's the homeless people as well. They're on the streets, and they shouldn't be. I mean, all these hotels and all these HMSOs they're giving them everywhere. This should be for the veterans and the homeless. They shouldn't be on the streets. I've seen it, and it's wrong. It really is wrong.
And I noticed that you've been stood here for most of the evening. Did you see where the stones were being thrown from, or did you?
They were thrown from up there, on the terrace. That's why I came here. I moved backwards because I see them coming. They've done it before, but then the police don't do nothing. They see it, but they could go up there and stop them from coming out of there and say, right, ask the manager in there, the security guys, to shut them windows, keep them closed, and not let them do that.
Yeah. So the police have said that it's not possible because they basically said that they're throwing them out the windows, but which is impossible because the windows don't open enough. So you're saying that they were throwing them off this terrace?
Health and safety. That's health and safety, because what will happen? It could hit someone one day and kill them. It will. It'll get a heavy FD on the head. That's it. They should stop them.
Thank you. Nice to meet you all the time. It's lovely to meet you.
Whether people like me who maybe
It's nice having a flag here. It's like a backdrop. Also, interesting tidbit. The government spends approximately, it was, last time I checked, it was 7 billion annually on asylum seeker hotels the government spends. And Crisis, which is a homelessness charity, they estimated that 1.9 billion a year indefinitely could eradicate all homelessness in the UK. Now obviously those statistics are not just white British homeless people, that is all homeless people in the UK. 1.9 billion a year, right? The government contributes around 1.6 to 1.7 billion a year, which is lowering in 2025 and 2026 to about 70 to 80 million. And it costs, as I said, around 6 billion a year to house the asylum seekers. So that obviously that is how much that they want to contribute to homelessness in their own country. But they're not so quick to reach into their pocket when it's their own people, but they want to put all the migrants in every single hotel across the country, and now, as part of Operation Scatter, moving them into HMOs when there's homeless veterans, as that guy was just saying. It's just insane. I feel sad about my country. Something's happening, and a taxi's pulled up just a little bit down the road past that police van. Yeah, they're opening the fences.
Part-timer police are out again. The part-timer police are out again. Mind the stone! Innit? Mind the stone! I'm tired!
Yeah, I know, I've got a bad leg now, what's the problem? Yeah, I do now, yeah, what's wrong with me? I have a bad leg now. I've got a really bad leg, I've got pneumonia.
And you, not you personally, you've done nothing.
How do you feel about it? While being on the phone.
I wasn't looking at him specifically.
Okay, well then you should be
let me get this right.
looking and using the phone while driving.
Wait, Dean, this is great. So he saw that a man was maybe getting run over, and he didn't check whether he may be under the influence, he may have a phone, he may not notice a man's literally right in front of his car. One of the biggest things when it comes to motorised incidents is whether you should check on the state of the driver.
And also you should...
There was no specific incident going on, and he wasn't about to be run over. I was telling him to move out of the way.
He's telling his boy to leave.
Again, two-tier policing at its finest. You've witnessed it again. You've witnessed two-tier.
Didn't one of the security guards try and get you arrested or something? What was that about?
The security guard had an incident here where the migrants didn't pay for the fare of their cab. he's come out, someone's come up from the stairs over here, the security guards pushed him, they've got into a little thing, and he has claimed that his chest cam has been arrested. This was on the 11th of October, so then 2 days ago I was here. He has accused me of robbery. The police have then turned up, took his claim as being gospel, and arrested me. They've kept me in a police station for 22 hours, claiming they're going to remand me for robbery, assault and witness intimidation. To which their CCTV, which is here on the side of this building, this column right here, has shown an incident has happened, and it's shown me put my arm out, stopping the man from getting to the security guard. Then they've twisted the narrative of that CCTV and said that's where I have grabbed his chest cam and handed it over to the man that left.
So that's what they're accusing you of stealing?
That's what they're accusing me of robbing. And they said that I assaulted him to rob him. To which they see on the CCTV that I do recordings myself, and they've got my phone out of the belongings, and on my phone it proves that I never actually done it. So they then use my own evidence to prove my innocence in the robbery, to then come back down here, tell him I never done the robbery, for him to say I 100% punched him in the face and caused eye damage. So they then tried to charge me with assault, which they watched another video on my phone to prove that I never done the assault, to then drop all charges. So then they've released me after 22 hours, accusing me of being on Class A drugs, because they said that anyone that performed robbery takes Class A drugs, when the fact that you could just be homeless and not have a job and not making it right or condoning it anyway, but people might go and nick a sandwich from Tesco's. That doesn't mean that you're on Class A drugs. So I've decided upon myself now to come down here today and ask for the SIA number of the security guard to make a claim against false accusations against him for an answer to come back. And the Metropolitan Police have point blank refused to give me any information or even go in and ask for his SIA number. So it's again two-tier policing.
You can make a report against the first allegation as well, though.
Yeah, which they're not getting me no information on the security guard to put down who has actually accused me of it. On the day they arrested me, I asked them to go in there, because I wear this pink coat, and ask if it was the guy in the pink coat, because I come back and made sure he was alright, and I stayed for the whole day. They went and asked, and he said it was 100% me that done it. And the CCTV footage, they cropped it at the end to stop. So I walk off, but I come back, and they stopped it as I walked off to make it seem like I'd done it and left. They didn't play the whole thing to show that I actually come back and prove that I'd never done it. So they kept me for 22 hours, they've dropped the charges and released me for an FA, where the sergeant actually said that the power of self-recording has actually got me off of it. So anyone that is doing anything and going out into places like this, self-record, because if something like that does happen to you, you have to footage yourself to get you off of it.
Yeah. And why do you think all this is happening? Like the two-tier policing and the migrant hotels?
These people are protected. These security guards, they're treated better than the members of the public. Like it's barbaric to think some of the things that are actually going on down here, and the people are just getting arrested point blank outright for nothing and getting bowed to the point where some of them ain't even allowed to go to migrant hotels anymore. They're being told they're not allowed to go to any protests, any migrant hotels, and they're being done for like 2-3 months at a time. But I've seen many things going on in this place where people are passing money through the fences, clothing over the gates, migrants coming out, the Tesco's down the road, they've now got facial recognition where the doors are locked when you're buying stuff. So when you go out, they check your bags because of the theft that's going on in there. The lady's house got entered and he got released and told that he hasn't done anything.
I was going to say that was Shanae Augustus, wasn't it?
Augustus,
do you have any updates on that?
She's on remand, being held until June for the court case. So they've kept her for near enough a year because she got nicked in August. So they're going to keep her for near enough a year on an allegation where someone went in her property. She's come out to protect it and they've kept her in prison for it. Even that, she's been put in jail. He got released, saying that you're allowed to enter somebody's house if the door is open because it's a civil matter. If your front door is open, you're legally allowed to walk in, which they claimed on that day. I have the video on my YouTube, and then I'm down here the other day interviewing police officers on the same thing, and they're saying it's abnormal for people to do that, and anyone that does that should have been arrested, without me telling them that it's about a prior case, because then they would say nothing. So I just asked them a question on it, and they've said themselves that it's not normal. But on that one occasion, they release him because he's a migrant from a hotel. So they release him, and the next day he goes out and commits assault in Hackney to where he gets arrested. So what was his intentions going into that young lady's house? Like, my view on these people, they're protected. Nothing, no matter what they do, they'll ever get arrested for it. They'll never get arrested. The security guards I've seen assault people, grabbing their arms, grabbing their fingers, doing stuff, and then they never get arrested. The police just brush it off. Throwing stones out the window just now, they've brushed that off. Like, it's insane. You'll never get above these people. They'll always be above members of the public.
Thank you. Cheers. That's crazy stuff, guys. It's absolutely insane, the state of our country and where everything is going. I haven't heard or seen any more stones being thrown since the last one. There's been a car that's pulled out. There was a taxi that pulled up, but I don't think it was related. It seems to have just driven off. Yeah, officers kind of just came and assessed. We saw the security kind of running around back and forth, but other than that, not much happening. It hasn't been really much of a protest tonight, guys. It's just been more of a small gathering. I'm probably going to hang around for, I don't know, maybe another 15-20 minutes, and then I'm probably going to head off. As I said, I don't really think much is happening tonight. Let's have a little last gander at the roof.
But what would be interesting because a couple of times
Okay, guys, well, nothing really seems to be happening. Oh, I just saw something move on the terrace. Just in the corner of my eye, I just saw like I don't know, maybe it was a bird. It was probably a bird. Yeah, I'm gonna call it. I don't think I saw anything. It was probably just, I don't know, maybe it was my hair in my eye or something. So I'm going to wrap up now. Oh wow, a light right behind me. Oh wow, God, it's just lights everywhere. I'm too pale for this lighting. It just makes me like glow white like a sheet of paper. So I am going to wrap up now. It's freezing. And yeah, I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna edit this. So that has been. So we've been at Britannia. Oh my goodness, it's been a long day, guys. So we have been at the Britannia Hotel in Canary Wharf. It's been a very small flash protest. Honestly, there's been more streamers than protesters. The numbers died out from around sort of 7 o'clock. There's been stones thrown. There's been like they've smashed onto the floor, so they must have been thrown pretty hard. Or they're decoration stones, or maybe something that easily breakable. But there have been some people saying that they came from the terrace. This terrace just behind me, which would make more sense because the police say that there's no way that they'd be able to throw them out of the hotel windows because they don't open far enough for them to be able to like get the reach. So it's most likely that they have been thrown from the terrace, but the police didn't do anything. They walked into the building. They were in there for about 5 minutes. They couldn't have gone and spoken to the people that were supposedly throwing the stones, and they just went in there long enough, and a stone was thrown about 30 seconds before the officers came out of the building. So yeah, there was no way that they would have spoken to them. Other than that, nothing really much has happened. We've also heard from, I believe it's Dean. I apologise if I'm getting his name wrong, but I think that's Dean, who does his own videos as well at the Britannia Hotel on a regular basis. But he was just telling us how he was allegedly falsely arrested, falsely accused, after one of the security guards here said that he assaulted and robbed him, when in fact, allegedly, it was one of the migrants who's staying in this hotel. So not much actually happening here tonight, but we've heard from some other people what's been going on other nights, and yeah, so I'm going to be keeping an eye on the Britannia Hotel. The protest has kind of died down, which is why I haven't really covered it in a while. Same with Epping. Unfortunately, they're kind of losing their momentum, and I imagine, you know, it makes sense. We're going into the colder months. You know, protests do really thrive in the summer. So that's you know, that's why I haven't been covering them as much, but I'll be keeping an eye and on what's going on, and we'll see if we can do some more regular streams in Britannia, see if this develops at all. And yeah, but for now I'm going to sign off. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, and also at some point, I'm unsure if it'll be tomorrow. I think maybe early next week. I'm going to do my next Q&A live stream, but I'm also going to kind of use it as a practice round. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick 3 topics that I'm going to talk about and do kind of like segments on, because eventually I want to start making videos that are more like miniature news rounds. So just as a practice, I'm going to use the Q&A live stream, pick a few speaking points, pick a few topics, and then we can go into Q&A after that. So I hope you guys join me for that one. As I said, I'm not sure exactly what date, but I'm imagining early next week, because I want to see if I can get some more protest coverage this weekend, and then I believe there's something else going on tomorrow as well. So I will be keeping you guys posted. If you follow me on X, that's where I keep you guys updated on what I'm doing, where I'm going. So yeah, but for now, I'm going to sign off, and I hope you all have enjoyed, and as I said, I will see you in the next one.